Going on an adventure, we are going on an adventure of our lifetimes. I sing better than those who sang in the Lion King remake. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Pokémon X. X is cool. So last time we began our little journey by picking up our first Pokemon, CJ, my dude. So, now we are going into Santaloon Forest ahead. Or just Santaloon Forest. Wait up, let's walk together. I feel like something exciting will happen if I stay by you. I'll heal your Pokemon whenever you want me to. Indeed. Let's heal up our Pokemon right away. Alright, so now we got Shauna walking around with us. Which I think it's cute. Found a little potion right there. And those who have played Kanto religiously as much as I have will immediately realize that this place is actually literally just Viridian Forest. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I actually looked it up. I actually looked it up on Bulbapedia, and lo and behold, it is. You can even find the same types of Pokemon here. like it's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy, actually. Well, almost the same type of Pokemon, anyway. So let's look for some. Hello, Scatterbug, the region's very own little bug. And of course, you have a very low catch rate, so I'll have no problem catching you. Of course, I say that, and then you break out of your ball. Except you don't. All right, good to know. Good to know. I'm only catching these guys for the experience because, well, I do need to get my Pokemon up there in levels. When under attack from bird Pokemon, it spews a poisonous black powder that causes paralysis on contact. Paralysis on contact. Ew. Tina. Yeah, we're just going Tina. We're just going Tina. For the lulz. Thankfully, unlike with Pokemon Platinum, where partners will, where if you have a partner with you, and it automatically becomes a double battle, you're just on your own this time. So in both games, okay, there we go. Okay, in both games, you can find all three elemental monkeys from Unova here. That is Pansage, who we're fighting right now, Pansear, the fire one, and the water one, Panpour. It's actually really funny how Pansear and its evolved form are effectively the least popular Pokemon of all time. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. It really is just kind of insane. You only have tackles, so I'm just gonna try to lob some Pokeballs at you. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Level 5 for Ashley. And she learned Sand Attack. And Weedle got to level 4. Caterpie and Weedle both evolve at level 7 into their middle stage, Kakuna and Metapod respectively. And then at level 10, they evolve into their final forms, Beedrill and Butterfree respectively. So that's pretty good. And actually, in a first for the series, actually, well, first of all of your rivals are traveling with you, which is kind of insane. And secondly, ooh, I'm getting... Oi, mate, these are 10% encounter chances. Yes, they are. But I'm not going to catch you. I'm just going to run. And actually, in the first for the series, several Pokemon actually got buffed in stats. And Butterfree and Beedrill are actually among those Pokemon that got buffed. Well, it's only a very slight buff, but it's an appreciated buff nonetheless. Of course, I'll show their buffs on screen, of course. And, oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that, Tierno? Sorry, dude. You got caught in the battle. Idiot. A fletchling after my own heart. Survive. Oh, whoa. Oh, hang on a second, Beak Smoke. Look what I found, Beak Smoke. I'll give it to you. I love puzzles, so I watch everything more closely than you might think. How is finding a paralyzed heel like exactly like a puzzle? I don't know. So while we're battling this guy, youngster Joey, let's go. So as for the other Pokemon that you can find here, and there's plenty of them. Of course, you can find Caterpie and Weedle here. Just remember that Caterpie and Weedle are version exclusives. Weedle and its evolved forms you can find in X, and Caterpie and its evolved forms you can find in Y. You can find the evolved forms of Caterpie and Weedle in Sandalwood Forest. Do me a favor and don't catch them as they are, because all they're ever learn is Harden, and that sucks. And as for other Pokemon, of course, you can find Fletchling here, you can find Scatterbug, and just like in the Viridian Forest of old, you can find Pikachu here. In fact, I actually do want to find a Pikachu, so I can show you a big change that's happened to Pikachu. Well, one of several anyway. Pikachu is also one of those Pokemon that got buffed in stats. Cheer up, Scatterbug. Wait. That's not even a... Wait, oh wait, we did fight a Scatterbug. I thought for like a quick second that I fought only like... I didn't... I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. We're gonna put CG out front. So, I want to find a Pikachu, but this is only a 6% encounter rate, so we might be here a while. Okay, I can find a 4% chance Pokemon much more often than a 6% chance, which is very sad. It's been a few minutes, and I'm still looking. So neat that I also can find Panpour here. But, you know, still no yellow Mickey Mouse. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I guess, they're not version exclusives at all. Okay. I guess one is just harder to find than the other. I guess it's just like one of those situations, I guess. Hey, there he is. There's the boy. Alright, so for the first time since Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu actually has a voice. And it's literally the only Pokemon outside of, well, eventually Eevee that would actually use voice acting as part of its cry. You know, Pikachu's the mascot of Pokemon. Of course, it has to be... of course, it's got to be special like that. Obviously. So, yep. That's the deal. But what's also the deal is the fact that... Well, here's the thing about Pikachu this time around. Of course, sometimes out in the wild, it can hold an item called a light ball, right? And light balls work a little bit differently each generation. However, this time around in Generation 6, light ball actually does work differently than other generations do. Well, from previous ones anyway. This time around, it doubles Pikachu's attack and special attack. which is why I showed off not only Raichu's stats, but also Pikachu's stats too. Now, if I remember right, and I'm pretty dang sure that I'm right here. Well, the chances of it holding a light ball are 5%. So I'll be very happy. I would be very happy about that. But, wait, where did it get? Okay, here it is. Pikachu is one of those Pokemon that got a buff in terms of stats. So it got a 10 stat buff in defense and special defense here, making it a little bit more bulky. However, its attack and special attack are still 55 and 50 respectively. And here's why this is so important. With the light ball in tow, you can actually effectively have a Pikachu that has 110 physical attack and 100 special attack. So, basically the trade-off for not evolving Pikachu into Raichu by using a Thunderstone is the fact that you can effectively get a much more powerful Pokemon in Pikachu than in Raichu. However, you know, it doesn't get the benefits of being evolved, you know? I guess. I'm gonna put Ashley out front. I'm really only using like those Pokemon that I know I'm gonna use on my team. So probably I'm gonna be using Weedle quite a bit. And would you look at that? You got Pikachu. Of course you do. Alright, let's see. Unfortunately, though, all of my attacks are physical, so... Any port in the storm. The reason why I worry is the fact that Pikachu's has the static ability, so... By making physical contact with Pikachu, you got a chance of being paralyzed. Or rather, maybe direct contact, probably. Probably my guess is that Vine Whip doesn't really make direct contact? I don't know. Level 9, baby! And level 5. Eep! I was the one that got shocked. Indeed you did. Indeed you did. I need to heal up. And I think what I'm gonna do... So what I'm gonna do, I think... And we're almost out of there anyway. Oh, you have so many Pokemon. That I do. It can happen anytime and anywhere. That's what it is. Thank you very much. I muted my cough just in time. I hope. Ooh, a Weedle mirror match, eh? Alright, cool. Actually, it's not cool. Ooh, String Shot, yeah. I think at this point, String Shot got a little bit of a buff. Basically, now it can harshly reduce your speed. So I think that lowers it by 2 stages. So that's not good. That was a crit. Alright. And cool, you're done. Level 5, level 6 for Wesley. And you learn Quick Attack. Buttlebee, okay. Let's see what you got. Quick Attack is one of those moves that always has priority, so no matter how fast the opponent is, you'll always get the first move with Quick Attack. There we go. Easy sauce. I gotta keep battling and training up my really awesome Pokemon team. I mean, you do. But, you know what? You're gonna be stuck there. Forever. Never again will you battle. You're just gonna be stuck there in one place for all eternity. Which, yep. Indeed, I caught a Pikachu. I'm just a man. So you got here first. It seems like I'm neighbors with someone who has a lot of potential. The way Pokemon move, it's just incredible. I want to show off that spirit when I dance. Tierno, could you think about something besides how Pokemon move for once? Well, how Pokemon move is kind of important, my dude. Well, here, let's go to Santalune City. Look at our squad. Look at our squad going in. You know what? I like this. These are supposed to be our rivals in the game, but I like the moments where we just hang out and be cool. What are you all going to do? Well, I look for Pokemon, of course. The professor did ask us to complete the Pokédex after all. And furthermore, different Pokemon prefer living in different places. To put it another way, it's a chance for find different Pokemon than ones in the forest. That's not true because we're in Route 3, and Route 3 and Route 2 have the same Pokemon roster. I'll bet different Pokemon will use different moves. I sure want to see lots of moves. What are you going to do, Caleb? I'm going to go to the Santalune City's gym and take on the gym leader. So, you know, Pokemon trainers test their strength by battling with the gym leaders in each Pokemon gym. Wow, you sure know a lot. I learned a lot from others. Here, I'll give you something. I have something for you guys. Adventure rules. Adventure does rule. God, I haven't talked in this much in like forever. I wrote down 10 different tips every trainer should know. Here's one for you. We got the adventure rules. Look in those rules if you're confused about something. Oh, this is great. I'm going to spend time to get to know my little Froakie. What are you going to do, Beak Smunk? I really should have called myself Beak Smunk. That would have been funny. Each Pokemon move has PP. That stands for power points. Ahem. If the number of the points for a move is 0, you can't use that move. Go to a Pokemon Center and they'll restore them for free. Also, I just noticed that the backpack on Trevor's back looks like a smiley face. And they say the same thing. The Pokemon's HP, if it gets low, you have to go to a Pokemon Center. Everyone really wants me to go to the Pokemon Center, don't they? They really do. It's kind of nuts how they think that going to the Pokemon Center is effective. Either way, as for Pokemon on Route 3, they're basically the same sort of roster as Route 2, so you don't have to worry about anything if you happen to, well, miss any Pokemon from Route 2. And ooh, you got a Caterpie, okay. How come that every time being poisoned hasn't happened to me yet, but, you know, yeah. That's really all I have to say on that situation, just, yeah. Besides, I really want to battle with Weedle. I could have called him Weedoo, it's sort of a weird story for me, but, when I was a kid and I watched Pokemon religiously all the time, like I normally do, actually, I'm flat out wrong. It is... Wait, why do you keep on using String Shot, man? My speed won't go any lower. He's an idiot. That was just a fool. A Zurel, okay. Alright, I think you are... I'm not sure if you're the... Oh, I think you are. Okay, so number 1, I was wrong about the roster of Pokemon in Route 3. They're actually a little bit different. But Azurill is actually our first introduction of something that's new as of Generation 6. Azurill has effectively changed type. Azurill is now part Fairy type, which is the brand new type introduced in Pokemon X and Y. Excuse me. Alright, so we basically have Fairy types now in the mix. So if you look at our good old-fashioned Pokedex here, I think Azurill is part of this one. Yep. Azurill is now part Fairy type, whereas before it was normal type. So Fairy type is the new type that was introduced in Generation 6. And also it's the latest type introduced in Generation 6. So, Fairy types were made basically to balance the fact that Dragon-type Pokemon were basically the kings of the industry. And also for a proper balance, I guess. Pokemon that are Fairy type have basically a resistance to Fighting, Bug, and Dark. They're outright immune to dragons, but they're weak to Poison and Steel. As for Fairy type moves, they're super effective against Fighting, Dragon, and Dark types. Yeah, so Fairy types were kind of the king in competitives for a while, kinda. There were still really big Dragon-type Pokemon out there for competitive purposes. However, their uses were basically kind of diminished because of the fact that Fairy types exist. Yeah, like take my boy, Hydreigon, for example. You know, my favorite Pokemon. Hydreigon is Dark Dragon type. So you can probably imagine what it's like to be a Hydreigon who is kind of useful in the previous generation. But now that use is no longer important because of the sole fact that Fairy type moves basically destroy it. So, yeah, you're welcome, Fairy types, for nerfing my boy. My giant boy. And if it was the other way around, it would be like, nope, you're outright immune to Dragon-type moves, Mr. Fairy types, or Mr. and Mrs. Fairy types. So congratulations. You're basically one of the overpowered types for a while. But that's alright. That's okay. It's totally fine and not at all upsetting. Actually, it was kind of upsetting for a while, but that's besides the point. The point is, some Pokemon have changed to be part Fairy type, and some are just entirely Fairy type, and definitely some new Pokemon were introduced to take advantage of the Fairy type. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Either way, that's it. Next time on Pokemon X, we go through Route 3 in its roster of Pokemon, and we're gonna hopefully reach the next town. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.